YouTube channels that attempt to grift by showing trad wife skills, like Wife School with Pearl, they tend to focus um, disproportionately on the cooking videos. And that is because um, there's something about cooking videos that are really sexy for men, and so they're going to click on that. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, by the way. It's a primal thing to enjoy seeing somebody cook for you, and as long as the food is good, okay? Which I mean, her food definitely wasn't. She made a million mistakes. Part of that was because not only does she not have traditional wife skills, but she doesn't even have enough knowledge to identify somebody who does have traditional wife skills and kitchen cooking skills. But there's nothing wrong with enjoying seeing somebody cook. It's one of the great pleasures of life, good food. But if you are learning to be a traditional wife, if you are learning to be a homemaker, or really, if you are just learning to be a human, to have adulting skills, which is really what Pearl needed to learn. It wasn't to be a wife. Like, learn how to be an adult first, learn how to be a grown up first. Um, Cleaning is actually significantly more important. So while I do not advocate fast food, you can theoretically survive. You can subsist on unhealthy fast food for a little while if you're out on your own and still learning and getting into the swing of a new job as an adult or studying. You cannot survive in a dirty house. You could die. So cleanliness is actually more important in the immediate short term than eating well. But you're not going to see a video of Pearl learning how to clean the blinds because that's not going to get the clicks. It's just not sexy. And quite honestly, she has no interest in learning how to be a good wife. She's there to get clicks from men who are obsessed with the idea of having a wife who has what they think is wife skills. And of course, Dunning-Kruger effect is going on with them too. They also are never going to find a woman with traditional wife skills because they don't know how to identify what is a traditional wife skill or what does that look like. And it's not just cooking, and certainly wasn't the way she was learning how to do it. I cannot believe how many people do not know how to do laundry. In one way, yes, I can, because it's something that is so fundamental and basic that if you do know how to do it, you just take it for granted that everybody knows. And those things that everybody knows are the things that sometimes do need to be reminded and explained. I know this because every couple of months I have to go to the laundromat to clean large things that need an industrial washing machine, like duvet inserts or pillows or things like that. And I see people make a ton of really basic mistakes, and it lets me know a lot of people these days do not have this adulting skill. Okay, so first things first, you need to identify something that cleans your clothes well. I like Tide, I like the liquid. You might have another brand that you like, Gain. I've seen YouTube videos of people who make their own washing liquid. Whatever works for you, use that, okay? But I encourage you, try different things. Try soap powder, and then liquid in the same brand so that you can experience what is the difference so that you understand what it is that you like and what works for you. The number one mistake that people make with detergent is they use too much. You need to read the back label of that bottle. It's not just there for nothing. Oh, and incidentally, that's one of the number one mistakes that people make with cleaning products is not reading labels. Um, there's a line on the cap to tell you exactly how much to use based on your load. And this is not one of those things where if a little bit is good, more is better. Using too much laundry detergent will cause not only your clothes, but the machine to have soap scum. And so your clothes actually will be doing the opposite of getting clean. They're going to be coated with soap gunk. Bleach is something that you can use on white loads of men's undershirts, white socks. Not everything that is white can be bleached. So again, about reading labels, you have to read clothing labels. Some things will say do not bleach. You never want to pour bleach directly onto clothes. That's a great way to stain them or just damage them. This is a super strong chemical. Most washing machines will have a special reservoir and it will say this is for bleach. And you need to read the label on here and it will tell you exactly how much bleach to use. I use typically about a third of a cup, and I don't even use it in every single load of whites of Eric's undershirts. Like every other load, typically I'll use about third of a cup. Next, um, the fabric softener. Fabric softener is a divisive product. Some people love it, some people hate it. It does smell really good. You cannot use it on every single product, everything single clothing item. The way that it works is it doesn't just provide scent, it puts a coating on the fibers of the cloth, so and that's what makes it soft. And that works great for bed sheets. And I don't even use, just like bleach, I would not use it on every single load. I usually use fabric softener on every other load of bed sheets that I do. But I don't use fabric softener on things that I need to really, really get clean every time, like a deep clean. That would be like Eric's work shirts. Or because he does visit, like he has two types of clothing: his office clothing when he's in his office, or when he visits construction sites. So the construction clothing, that's obviously never going to get fabric softener on it 'cause I need to deep clean it every time. Another thing that will never get um, fabric softener would be like my gym clothes or Eric's gym clothes. Those need to be deep cleaned every time. Towels. Towels will become less absorbent if you use fabric softener on them, so never do that. If you find that your towels are not soft, it could be that you just don't have quality towels. So, um, Walmart is okay for towels, but I love the towels that I get, the higher end towels at Macy's and Kohl's. I will never buy them at full price. I wait until they go on the deepest discounts and then I buy them. And then you'll find that those high, very super high quality towels, they actually get softer the more they get washed, and they don't need fabric softener. You don't want to do something that's going to make them less absorbent, when you need to dry off from with the towel. This is a more recent innovation in laundry. This is the Downy Rinse and Refresh. It's an additive that you put in the same reservoir that you would put the softener in, but it is going to give you the same punch of a fresh scent without coating the cloth fibers with something that is going to make them non-absorbent. So this is a great thing to use on, gym clothes, a man's work clothes. A lot of young people cannot afford to buy the highest quality. And even if that's not true, you should always be striving to keep your clothes as new and fresh as possible for as long as possible. I really like the Shein brand of like bras. I find them to be fantastic quality for the price. And the way that they stay so good for so long is all bras go in here. Small things like small sweaters go in here. And this way, fine knits or little hooks or eyelets or things like that in bras are not going to get caught on anything, not going to get snagged, and they're going to last a lot longer. Um, both of these I got at the dollar store. This was a 3-pack for $1, and this was, I think it was a 2-pack for $1. So I have no issue with even Shein brand, those cheap made in China clothes falling apart. I do buy, I do have some higher end brand name and even designer clothing, but I'm not at all above buying some cheapy online clothes. And if you're going to do that, you really want to make those things last as long as possible. Being clean as far as your laundry is more than just cleaning, it's also about staying clean. So if you find that you have a lot of stains on your clothes don't smell good, if they don't last very long, you should be thinking about, am I doing things that cause unnecessary staining? So, for example, think about the way you eat. Take a moment and be mindful. Are you eating in your car? If you are eating in your car, which I don't recommend, are you taking steps to make sure that if food falls in your lap or on your shirt or something, that it's not going to stain? Or it's not going to stain something that you care about that you have to wear, back into your job if you're on your lunch break? How about gym clothes or clothes that you're really active in? Are you taking them off as soon as you can, because if you're hanging around in dirty, sweaty clothing, it's building up the bacteria, and it's going to be harder to get that bacteria out, and it can also cause pit stains and things like that. So um, it's all about taking care of our clothes as much as we can, not just cleaning it, but helping it to stay clean. And then lastly, as far as clothing longevity, don't leave clothes obviously in the washing machine unnecessarily long. After, once they're wet, try to get it into a dryer as soon as possible. Same thing, once it comes out of the dryer, shake the clothing out in between putting it from washer to dryer. That'll help release some wrinkles. And then shake it again as soon as the dryer cycle stops. That'll prevent wrinkles. Try to fold and hang things as soon as possible, obviously. Using the coolest temperature for washer and dryer is going to help your clothes last longer.